I want to keep that in all honesty. Just the stupid. What the fuck was that? Anyways, welcome back to Pokemon Colosseum. So, I have considered doing this part off screen. Because this part sucks. Let's be 100%. There's a reason I stopped here. Well, one, because it's a safe station, and two, this part sucks fucking asshole through a straw. Come on, can I get past this fucker? Yeah! Oh, wait, no. We already beat him, that's why. All that work for nothing? All that work for fucking nothing. I got a Cherry Pepsi, I got Umbreon Espeon, and we're ready to fucking go. I think we're ready to go. F you, F you, F you. My Pokemon are looking for a chance to go wild. Booyah! The hell is this guy's problem? Fucking Geats over here. I can't tell if these look bad. They kind of look bad. Well, the Gen 3 models obviously look actually quite solid. Which is a shame because there's only like one Gen... No, there's like 3 or 4 Gen 3 Pokemon in this game, I believe. It's like 3 or 4 or some shit. Larvitar's actually, Larvitar's not a problem because it's rock ground. I always think it's fucking dark by now, but it's actually not. Only when it evolves to a Pupitar it does. How do I know that? Well, when I was playing XD on my own time, not during the LP, of course, I was training a Larvitar for a good while, figuring out if I wanted to use it in the LP funnily enough. When I was actually thinking of doing it, I'm thinking, well, I wanted to use Umbreon. We got a crit, very good, very good. My choice for going for Umbreon was actually kind of a last minute gimmick I wanted to do for that LP. Originally I was going to use Espeon and I was going to use Houndoom as my duo to start with, and I would probably be like my main two I work with for a good amount of like the early and mid game, and then I would just kind of like figure out who I wanted to like continue with later. Do you have a grass move yet? No. You have... Who has the best attack? Probably Noctowl. Espeon's gonna get fucking wrecked by that Carvana, so I better send in this Noctowl to deal with it. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so my gimmick of using Umbreon in XD was kind of a last minute choice. Because I was gonna use Tyranitar as my big, huge Unga Bunga Pokemon that I was spending a lot of time with and actually like have to put an effort into evolving. But in all honesty, I kind of wanted to use Umbreon. It was kind of like a Pokemon I wanted to use for a good while. Because I never used Umbreon in XD. Actually, I may have once. I may have once before. But I've never fully committed to using an Umbreon in a full playthrough in XD ever. That was actually my first time ever using Umbreon in a full playthrough. And the Tyranitar thing kind of was like, I don't want to fucking use it. Wow, nice. You fucking critted on yourself. Right, I kind of want to just send in more so we can at least start unlocking some moves in case we need them later. But yeah, no, I was going to train Tyranitar because I've done it before on my own time, of course. I played XD a bajillion fucking times. I might have lied when I said, like, I played XD more than Colosseum. I think that's actually true. Because XD allows for more freedom and more replayability, in my opinion, because the roster's better overall, and the way you can pace yourself on grabbing Pokemon, in my opinion, is, like, way better in XD. But you know what I mean. There's a reason people say this is, like, way worse than XD, and I get it. And I kind of like both of these games on an equal level for different reasons. You know, having both Umbreon and Espeon on the party means a lot to me, because obviously these are my two favorite Pokemon, so to me it's like a big fucking deal. Also, Umbreon just got level 31. Oh, but I might have to switch. I kind of have to switch them out. We need to get Quilava going, for sure. Also, there's a little bit of lag there. What the hell? Not sure what that fucking lag was all about, but whatever. But yeah, Tyranitar's a bit of a pain, and in my opinion, make sure you're like, I like to actually not run more than 3 Pokemon in the first good while of that game, because the game's pretty easy on the overall, in my opinion. Until really the mid game, like once you get the Snag'em lair, I sometimes grab another team member, but as you saw in the LP, I kind of stuck with I forget, are you actually gonna be able to do... Oh no, you already wasted your turn from hyper mode, right? Why do I feel like this has happened before? Whatever, it's fine. Whatever, it's fine. Send in this thing and finish that off. Anyways. Yeah, no, Tyranitar's a bit of a pain and you kind of need to focus on it. So it's usually best to only have like 3 Pokemon while you're training it. And it was like, no, because I already had a dark type on the team, and I'm like, I don't want another dark type. I actually want to have some variety on the team, actually. I wanted to have some tanks, I wanted to have a physical attacker, I want to have some roles, you know what I mean? I wanted some fighters, I wanted some tanks, I wanted some rogues, you know what I mean? I wanted to be able to fucking shoot things, while also having some frontline people for that shit. Alright, that's what I wanted. And I feel like I succeeded in that. I've actually never really had a meticulous team like that ever done before. Where I actually had to really think about my choices like that in a good while. You could say it was very Chugga Conroy the way I picked my team. But I think like everyone else, obviously, we all picked Zangoose, so I was like, okay, well, I probably can hold out on having attackers. Because fun enough, I don't, like, if you remember how the team went, I only ran like 3 tanks for a good while. Like, I had Umbreon, I had Swalot, and I had a Duskull for like a good while. Which was pretty cool. I liked it. I liked that team a lot, actually. It was a very good team. Some people might be questioning why I'm running 6 Pokemon. It's not because I'm using these 6, it's because it's kind of nice to have them, because unfortunately, this game, in my opinion, is way fucking harder than Gale of Darkness. By a pretty large margin for multiple reasons. Mostly because this game kind of expects you to have a full team by the time you fight Mirror Beam. And that means if you want to really commit to like a team, you need to have that done by the time you fight Mirror Beam. I just find that to be fucking annoying. So I grabbed temporary team members till I grab what I actually want. If I remember correctly, Chugga Conroy, when he did his LP for this game, I believe he had 5. I believe he went with 5 Pokemon to start with. No, he only had 4, didn't he? He did only have 4 Pokemon, that is. Because he had 4 Pokemon until he got to... Because what? He used Espeon, he used Espeon, he used Quilava, he used... I don't even remember, actually. I know he used Espeon and Quilava, I know he used Misdreavus, so people might actually talk shit, tell me I'm using the same team as Chugga Conroy, and it's like, okay. Sorry that I wanted to use the only ghost type in this game and the only early game fire type with a charcoal in this game. I'm sorry. Also, people are not going to call me out this time for this LP because I'm not using the same team, despite there being some very similar stuff. I am going to use that Misdreavus. That is the major change, because I wanted to use Sneasel when I did that LP with Noah, and that did not work out, unfortunately, for multiple reasons. Don't get me wrong, I liked using Sneasel when it was a Shadow Pokemon, and then I liked the idea of Slash Silk Scarf, but it should have been... I realized I actually built the build wrong, and I probably should have gave it a crit item. Should have gave it the scope lens, and it probably would have been a little better, but my idea was that, okay, I'm not going to crit all the time, so when I don't crit, the damage is, like, decent. It was. Right? The damage was pretty solid overall, but I think it had bad IVs, so it wasn't doing much damage, which is unfortunate. Because I really want to run, like, I was basically making, like, a mini Zangoose. This kind of was, like, the idea. But again, I already had Umbreon in the party, so it's like, oh, I'm feeling a fucking dark type. But I'm not using it like a dark type. That's still like, I have a bad weakness against fighting right there. And nothing for fighting. Like, even Espeon can't take physical fighting moves very well because it's very physically frail. So I was like, fuck. I got nothing for that shit. Which is irritating. Well, you can't get static if I hit the Voltorb. You can get static me if I hit you with Shadow Rush, though. Yeah, we're just working on Quilava right now, trying to get it some moves, so that way we can have some variety later. Oh, please confuse it. Yes! Oh, we might just kill it. It might kill it before... We might just be able to kill it before it gets another move. This might hurt, actually. Shockwave. You did it to a Pokemon that has pretty high special defense. I'm not sure why you did that, sir. That's 70% crit chance, man. I love it. I love Hyper Mode in this game. It's so fucking powerful. Like, yeah, sure, you can't use items on these fuckers, but you can still heal them at Pokemon Center, so as long as you're near a Pokemon Center, it's all good. Oh, wow, you didn't use Quick Attack. Wow, what a bitch. Alright, fuck you, then. Also, I probably should be switching people in and out, but no, honestly, I'm kind of okay with this setup. This allows Espeon to kind of keep up with Umbreon, because I always find Espeon's a little behind on the level curve, when Espeon kind of doesn't need to be behind the level curve because it's a sweeper, and sweepers kind of always need to be ahead of their game. You know what I mean? They always need to be ahead. Because if they're behind, there's a problem. At least in my opinion. Like, if I know my sweeper's behind my tank, there's a bit of an issue. Because tanks, I actually feel like, have the best margin of error for, like, a good level cap. Because you can use them for, like, you can just, like, ignore them for a good portion of the game, and they're still going to do their job quite well. So, I think you have a higher chance of actually killing that Doduo with a crit. Quilava. Also, yes, I am going to nickname these guys. Oh, right. Ladybug has a lot of special defense. I didn't think about that. All good. Thankfully, Shadow Pokemon in this game are actually good. Like, people keep saying, like, oh, the Shadow Pokemon in this game are terrible. And it's like, yeah, they're annoying to fight, but they're not actually that bad. I find the Shadow Pokemon in fucking... Oh, no. Actually, the Shadow Pokemon in this game are pretty bad. That's right, Shadow Pokemon always are super effective against normal Pokemon, that's right. Did not really think about that. Oh, Espeon getting confused, the irony on that. The irony. Oh, the irony. Quillava's murdering. It's good. It's all good. I probably switch him out, because honestly, him just staying in the field like this is kind of a waste. Because everyone else should be getting their fucking stuff down so we can unlock some moves. Because here's the thing, as great as Shadow Rush is, we do need to be careful with it, because the minute we start using other moves, it's going to start going crazy. So you kind of have to take it. So if you do want to start, so the thing about, I can't talk correctly today. So if you want to actually use these fuckers correctly, in my opinion, the best way to use these fuckers, is to just spam Shadow Rush till they learn a good move, and then never use Shadow Rush again, unless you need the crits, which is why sometimes I'll have a Shadow Pokemon in Hyper Mode, and I'll just have to remember when we're about to fight Mirror Beast, so that way Noctowl has access to his full moveset without worry of issues. Also, Espeon hit itself twice, which is irritating. It's very fun. I like getting confused twice. It would be easier to train if I wasn't running 6 Pokemon, because that would be the true answer. But I like this particular team outside of Noctowl, which I really want to get rid of it for Quagsire, but that might be later. Because again, it's like Noctowl is so good for Mirror B. It really is. Because that fight's actually kind of fucking hard. I'm gonna be honest. That fight's actually kind of fucking hard. like, compared to the first 3, I'm gonna say it that compared to the first 3 XD admins, he's way harder than all 3 of them in my opinion. Way fucking harder than the first 3 admins of XD. Way fucking harder. Because he has a very specific set of Pokemon here, right? He has like 5 Ludicolo and a Sudowoodo, which is already annoying because Espeon's not going to be that great against it, because Ludicolo has actually really solid special defense. So that, in my opinion, is like really, really, really hard to deal with. Yeah, I'm going to be burping. I also had lots of pasta, way too much pasta actually. Pizza pasta. Yeah, you need to work on your moves, and yeah, going back to fucking heal. Yeah, this game's not a fucking nice game. This game's very mean. And again, I like having 6 Pokemon in the early game, because again, I like having specific stuff, because that, I could get away with certain things, though. I realize I could probably get away without using the Skiploom and or the Noctowl for other things, because I do want to use the Misdreavus, for sure. Because again, it's tough, because I have to figure out how I'm gonna beat Dakeem, who's actually, in my opinion, one of the hardest fights in the game. See, again, as I already said, so to me, if Mirror B is already harder than the first 3 admins you fight in XD, holy fucking shit, can you imagine the difficulty spike with Dakeem? It's insane. And there's not that many fights and not that many, like, things to do in between then. So this is, like, your only source of solid XP before you fight 10 fights. Right? You fight 10 fights, but that's it. You fight 10 fights, and then it's like, you gotta fight Dakeem. And he's got, like, level 36 to 38 Pokemon and a level 40 Shadow Entei, who's gonna wreck you with Fire Blast. I know it's Gen 2 Entei, but Entei's stats are disgusting in this game. They are actually fucking gross. And then we're already at a disadvantage, because in my opinion, we actually used the worst starter of the 3 for the early game. I know people can tell me Quilava is actually excellent. He is, because he's a sweeper. So a lot of people love sweepers. But the problem is he's very weak to Earthquake, and Earthquake is a very common occurrence in this game. Earthquake is a very common occurrence, especially if you fight Dakeem. So you need stuff that's either going to ignore Earthquake or run Reflector, or whatever the fuck that move's called. Right? Reflect is obviously like a very good move you should probably keep on Espeon for like a good fucking while, because it could be useful against like things like that. Also, I found in the last time I played, I finally figured out a strategy that I think works for me personally, and that is his Metang is his weakest Earthquaker. It's his least dangerous one, fucking easily his least dangerous one. So, at least for me, I find keeping Metang alive to be a fucking solid strat. And killing Camerupt and Golem right the fuck away is like the most important thing ever. Well, okay, the reason why I'm saying Metang is also because his Earthquakes are not... Oh, I fucking smacked the shell of the mic there. His fucking Earthquakes are not stab, right? He doesn't have the highest physical attack because he's just a Metang, not a Metagross. So, at least in my opinion, that's like the best way to handle that. You could nerf his damage too to make him even less of a threat and just focus down one lane. But here's the problem, you have to really like... You have to predict when he's going to actually protect with Metang and not protect with Metang, because he has an annoying protect Earthquake strategy. Which is, again, as I already said, holy shit, way harder than anything you've ever fought in XD for like the good first 3/4 of the game. So it's definitely a turn on the game a little bit on my end. It's definitely a really tough fight that you have to like get over, and it's just not easy to get over it, at least in my opinion. You definitely need to have a strategy of your own, and you need to figure out what Pokemon. But that's the thing, he's not impossible, of course. But when I was a kid, I remember I could not beat him for the longest fucking time. He was that fucking hard. I don't like that Dragon Dance, so fuck him. And that's really it. Like, that's why I'm running Misdreavus. That's why I'm running Jumpluff. That's why I'm running those guys. So that way I'm immune to Earthquake. And I have something for the Entei, and that thing is Jumpluff. That seems fucking weird, but trust me. Trust me when I say this. If you go back and watch that garbage LP me and Noah did 3 years back, and you see how we beat Kim, we beat him in the most hilarious way fucking possible. We beat him in the most doggedly garbage way fucking ever. So, we did it. Right? We beat it with Jumpluff because we used Jumpluff to basically outspeed Entei using Chlorophyll. Because Quilava comes with Sunny Day, which has its downside, of course. It does have a major downside, obviously. His Entei is even more scary than it normally is. But it does force him to use Fire Mist, which is good, because Fire Mist, like, always is 85% accuracy, fucking period. Which means he's gonna sometimes miss, which is good. Because that's better than him spamming Shadow Rush all day. Shadow Rush will just get him killed, so you have to put him to sleep. Some people say, oh, you have to parry him. It's like, parrying doesn't always work. So I find sleep is like the best strategy to deal with that Entei. And in my opinion, the Pokemon with like the best sleep stat is Jumpluff. And again, that Chlorophyll is really nice. So I'm basically running like a really trashy Sun team to get through the early game. Of course, that did hurt Quagsire, so that's why I'm like, is Quagsire really the choice now with this setup? And it's like, not really, so I'm gonna just not run Quagsire. And I think we're gonna stick with this, though. Again, the Noctowl is probably gonna get replaced by something else. Oh, I know him on top. What the fuck am I thinking? How did I forget about one of my other party members? So, like, what? So, this team's gonna end up probably being what? Espeon, Quilava, Umbreon, Misdreavus, Hitmontop, Flygon. I think so. Yeah, that seems good. I like that team. I think that team is quite good. Some may argue, no, that's not. But fuck you. I think it's good. You have an Intimidator. You have a couple Sweepers. You have Umbreon to tank everything, and then you have Flygon to just be a G. But that's the thing, we may end up having to drop somebody for Skarmory, because I like using Skarmory in the last bit of the game because he's actually really good. But I think I'm going to stick with this team setup that I have an idea for. Yeah, well, if I learn Flame Wheel, but we don't want to... we do not want to use it yet. So I'll have an example. So we'll call him and then just kill the Tentacool real quick. Though, Pin Missile could be a bit of a problem. Look how cool he is. Ah, he's so cool. Fuck, I love this shiny so much. It's a shame this is not a canon shiny. It is an absolute fucking, like, it is a Greek tragedy that Quilava's shiny is not that in actual Pokemon. It's only in this game and in Gale of Darkness. I guess better than 0 games, am I right? So that was Flame Wheel and murder the shit out of it. Unless Espeon kills it first, let's find out. Oh! Look at that. Quilava's actually gonna kill it. With a actual move that isn't Shadow Rush for once. Am I gonna go for Flamethrower again? Of course. This is gonna be a Quilava. We're not gonna ever turn to a Typhlosion because I really hate Typhlosion shiny in this game. Like, compared to this, downgrade like the Dickens. Downgrade like the Dickens. Don't even fucking get me started. The downgrade on his shiny when he becomes a Typhlosion. It is fucking bananas how much the quality goes down in terms of how cool a shiny is. So we're gonna work on Misdreavus next and try to get Shadow Ball, which would take a while. I think this thing's got a fucked up nature. Oh yeah, what's your nature? Oh, you're brave. You're jolly. Oh no, I can't escape this fucking nature. Oh my god, I can't ever escape this fucking nature, dude. Jolly, everything's jolly. Like, whenever I play this game, period, it's something's jolly in my party. And it's usually a special attacker. Oh my god. You gotta be shitting me. That's almost a good nature. It's almost a good nature. Oh, so unbelievable. Wait, what's even his physical stat now? Fuck me, dude. That's some stupid bullshit. That is unfucking believable. Speaking of unbelievable, I have not, cause fuck it, I don't care. Did I also use up my only great ball? No, I still, oh, I have more, right, because I found some. Again, free money. This part really sucks, because you have to fight some really tough shit over here. Which is, again, why Noctowl is going to be so damn helpful. I really hate catching this Mantine. I'm not really having any fucking interest in capturing it. Mantine is a fucking nightmare, and I hate it. Also, I never really understand why they decided... Hang on. Brain is fucking cogging right now. Brain's moving. I never used artillery in this game. Ever. I do like artillery a lot. He's a really cool Pokemon. I'm thinking real hard about this. Hang on a second. I'm actually thinking quite hard about this real quick. I'm thinking quite hard. That jolly nature may be helpful for this specific thing I'm doing. Hold the fucking phone. My brain just farted, but at the same time said, fuck it, do it anyways. Because I've never done this before. Sometimes I forget to capture this Remoraid because it's so fucking annoying to catch because it's so fucking terrible, but like... Big hum. I'm thinking of some awful shit right now, and I'm thinking of some dirty, awful shit. I'm thinking about using this fucking Remoraid. I'm thinking of I'm gonna use this goddamn Remoraid. But who do I replace? Because I'm thinking, okay, who am I actually gonna use in this fucking party? And I'm looking. Right, because I already said Flygon, I said Hitmontop. Am I gonna have to say no to Misdreavus? Am I actually gonna have to say no to Misdreavus? I may not use the Misdreavus. I may only use it for Dakim, and that's fucking it. Should I go into Cool Lava and try to just... yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I already know what people are gonna say. Why the hell are you using this Remoraid? And it's like, I've never used Octillery before in this game, and I kind of am curious about it. It's gonna require a lot of fucking babying. I am very aware of that, but I am intrigued by it. The idea of a fucking bazooka shooting octopus sounds really, really cool. Let's send in another shadow Pokemon to lower its gauge. Let it be Skiploom, I guess. I'm gonna Flame Wheel it because I know I'm gonna do okay damage, but I don't think I'll be able to kill it unless I crit, of course. That's pretty good damage, but it could kill itself before I can capture it. Yeah, that's not great. It might have 2 more Shadow Rushes left in it. Yeah, about 2 more left, so... I'm gonna capture in a Great Ball just to play it safe. Do you have Sleep Powder? Oh, you do. That's helpful. It's very helpful. Don't ask me why my brain farted and thought, let's use this thing, but like, it kind of did. But it's like, damn it, I really had this team kind of thought out though, because I'd never used Misdreavus before. And I wanted to levitate her on the team. I really did. But, oh, it's so fucking tough to figure out what I want. This is actually hard. This is actually quite hard for me. Because I have to drop Hitmontop at that case. I might actually have to drop Hitmontop. Or Flygon. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop Flygon for this. Flygon's one of my favorite Pokemon, but